So similar to Java, like in Java, we've got packages, right? Packages are nothing but folders in which we keep the like source files and the class files and the executable files and everything rest. So in Salesforce, we've got namespaces, right? In a single namespace, we can have multiple class with different names. We can have different functionalities. We can have different resources, right? But in the same namespace, we cannot have two classes with the same name, right? And every Salesforce org has got its own namespace. So this is Salesforce org 1, this is org 2, this is org 3, and so on. So this org 1 will have its own namespace. This org 2 will have its own namespace. This org 3 will have its own namespace. And let me tell you why this namespace concept is there. Because at the end, your classes will be stored into the cloud. For first, for second, for third, for all the orgs, the classes in the the classes in the code that you've written down will get stored into the cloud only. Then how are we gonna identify like which class is whom like yeah, this class belongs to which org, and this class belongs to which org with the help of namespace. So if you've created a class over here called as first class, then over here it will be stored as namespace dot first class. If you've created first class over here as well, then in that case namespace of org2 dot first class. That's how it will work, right? So let us create a namespace first. You can only create a namespace once for an organization, right? And there can be only one namespace for a single organization. And one more thing I would like to tell you is, imagine you've created an application from org1, right? And you've packaged it. You've created a managed package of it, and you you uploaded it on the App Exchange. Now this org2 or the administrator of org2 downloaded or installed this particular application in his or her org, right? Then in that case, the classes or the files or the code that is written inside this package will belong to the namespace of org1, and only the one only the one who has got access to org1 will be able to produce an update of that application on App Exchange, not the other ones. That's what it is. So namespace, let's create the namespace, right? You go to packages, the wait. Namespace over here is already created, so I need to log in into some org where namespace is not already created, right? So we created an org for you, right? May 19, sorry. May 19. Now, in order to create namespace, we'll go to setup and we'll write down packages. Over here, namespace prefix is not already defined. You cannot create a managed package. I'm going to explain you what managed package is exactly later on. But you cannot create a managed package unless the namespace prefix is defined. So how to define it? Click on edit. Continue. So let's see what that was saying. Managed packages are upgradable. To create one, you must select to add a namespace prefix. To create a managed package, you need to have a namespace prefix, right? Choose the package you have managed. So first, let's create the namespace prefix. Namespace prefix. So let's make it as main ID and S2 labs, right? And check availability. By the way, in complete Salesforce organizations, like irrespective of number of organizations that Salesforce has got, the namespace should be unique across all the organizations, right? So this is available. That's it. The package that you want to manage, leave it. Review my selection. Main ID and S2 lab is the namespace prefix now, and save it. Now all the classes, all the codes, all the things that you've done inside this particular org, or all the configuration that you've made inside this particular org will be added with this namespace prefix, which is main ID next to that. Is that clear? Everyone? See. Now packages type allowed, unmanaged and unmanaged. Earlier it was coming as unmanaged packages are the only type of packages that you can create. But now it's not the same because you've defined the namespace prefix. Is it clear? Before defining also we were working on. Okay, let me tell you. So to understand this namespace concept very well, let me draw something to make you understand. So this is, so in our Windows computer, we've got some. So in our Windows computer, we've got this D drive, E drive, C drive, something like that. Imagine Salesforce has also got a drive like that. And for every org, there is a folder that it creates. For every org, there is a folder that it creates. And in that particular folder, it stores all the configurations and the customizations related to that particular org. So this is org 1, this is org 2, this is org 3, this is org 4, this is org 5. Everything is stored at one place, but it is divided with different folders. Getting it? By the way, this is not an exact way it is managing, but I'm drawing this diagram in order to explain it to you, right? So imagine your org's name is like let's say Lakshya. So this is Lakshya's org, right? And in Lakshya's org, like there is some class or there is some code that is being created, but that same code Lakshya has packaged and want other people to use it as well. Then in that case, that needs to be defined that in which particular package you've got this, or in which particular folder you've got this class that we need to execute in another org. When it comes to the same org, there's no problem. But when it comes to different orgs, there needs to be a namespace. Getting it? And defining a namespace is just giving a name to this particular folder. I hope that's clear with everyone. So that's how it works. Clear, everyone?